अरहंत सिद्ध सुर उपाध्याय साधु सर्व अर्थ के प्रकाशी मांगलिक उपकारी है। तीन को स्वरूप जानी रागते भई जो भक्ति काय को नमाय स्तुति को उच्चारी है। धन्य धन्य तुम्ही से काज सब आज भयो कर चोरी बारंबार वंदना हमारी है। मंगल कल्याण सुख ऐसो हम चाहते हो मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है। हो मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है। आचार्य कल्प पंडित कंवर टोडरमल जी creation मोक्ष मार्ग प्रकाशक. We are into the second chapter and we are just at the end of the second chapter. The last of the topic was the states of jiva caused due to the disease of karmic bondage. So they are showing how each karma is affecting the soul, you know. So the heading is Jeev's condition due to the rise of knowledge, perception, obscuring karma. So under the knowledge, we were studying, first we studied about Mati Gyan, because this knowledge has 5 divisions: Mati, Srut, Avdi, Mana, Paryay, Keval. So Mati is a sensory knowledge. Then Shrut Gyan is scriptural knowledge. Then we have Avdi Gyan. Avdi Gyan is clairvoyance. Then we have Manaparya Gyan, which is called telepathy. And then we have Keval Gyan, which is called omniscience. Okay. So we were into the looking at the functions of Mati Gyan and Shrut Gyan. Knowledge and perception. So out of this, we had discussed the 5 types of knowledge. Now we are going to discuss the 4 types of perceptions. So page number 49. I'll make you co-host, Darshit ji. Can you share the PDF?
Okay. Sorry, I can't share.
Why? You have to download?
Yeah, it's not on my tablet because I'm using a printed copy.
Okay. So it was shared in the group chapter 2 individually also. So that if you can see.
Page 49.
Yeah, I'll tell you when it was shared. So you can just download it from there. So it was shared on 12th March.
No, but right? You know, all that is on my phone, and my tablet it's a blank apart from this Zoom.
Okay. So Priyanka ji, you can
so I
share.
won't be able to.
Yes, sir, I'll share. So just give me 1 second. I'll pull up the PDF.
Okay, okay. So there is a separate PDF of Moksha Marg Prakashak chapter 2. So that will be very short, you know. Even that book also will not take much time because it's all book only.
Okay, sir. 1 minute, sir. I'll share it.
Okay, let me make you go by time.
Goats live on mountains too.
Yes, now you are a co-host.
Yeah, so 1 second, sir. So can you see the?
Yeah.
Okay.
Page 49.
Page 49. Okay.
So we had read in Vitrag Vigyan 2, I suppose, chapter called Upyog. Upyog means active consciousness. And under that, we had seen that there are 12 different types of consciousness, 8 from the knowledge part and 4 from the perception part. So now we'll be studying the function of the perception part. So those were 4. So it is ocular, non-ocular, clairvoyant, and omniperception. Okay, so this is the, now if you can highlight this page, it would be better, full screen, you know. Yeah, good. Fair enough. So, what are the functions of these 4? Ocular, non-ocular, clairvoyant, and omniperception. So first of all, we should, I will recall what is perception. So perception is something that we come to know before the knowledge. So I will see something over there very hazily. I cannot make out what it is. 1 minute, huh? What is this? One minute, huh? There is something. So this is on your screen, right? My face is coming on your screen that you can remove.
Here.
Okay, sir. So let me try.
Because that is, I think, the YouTube connection. You have also switched on the YouTube live.
No, sir. I'm on the. I joined directly through the link, Zoom link.
Okay.
But if I tap on your screen to like minimize it, then it just goes like this. So yours, I don't know, how can I, oh, like that?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Now you can see my face at the sideways, right?
No, sir, I can't see your face at all.
So you are only seeing the textbook?
I'm seeing only the textbook right now, sir.
Okay, fine. This will do. Because that face and this face were, they were not at the same time, you know? That was,
Okay.
that's why the problem. Okay,
Okay,
anyway, you can see me directly, or no, you cannot see me right now. Okay.
I cannot see, but that's fine, sir. I can see
Okay.
the text. I can follow.
Yeah. So function of ocular, non-ocular, clairvoyant, and omniperception. So perception is something that we see before the actual knowledge happens. So from a distance, it feels that there is something over there, but we cannot make out whether it is a mobile phone, or it is a pen, or it is a watch, or it is something else. Okay. So the moment we are able to identify, it becomes knowledge. And for before knowledge, this perception should be there. So in the first phase, perception happens, and then further the knowledge happens. So this is the state of our consciousness, active consciousness, upyog. You know, पहले दर्शन उपयोग होता है, फिर ज्ञान उपयोग. Okay, so this is darshan upyog. So this darshan upyog or perception is of 4 kinds: ocular, non-ocular, clairvoyant, and omniperception. So now we'll read that whole paragraph. I would, Chaitanya Prakash ji, can you read? Chaitanya Prakash ji cannot, he's not able to unmute himself, I suppose, or he is not there in the class. Rajeshri ji, you read.
Functioning of ocular, non-ocular, clairvoyant, and omniperception. Now, on getting association of objects of touch, etc., with senses and mind, the perception that occurs in the form of appearance of mere existence of something. In the first moment, just before the occurrence of sensory knowledge, it is called chakshu darshan and a chakshu darshan. The perception that occurs through the eye sense is known as chakshu darshan, ocular perception. It is found in the four sense and five sense beings only, and the perception that occurs through the touch, tongue, nose, ears, these four senses, and the mind is called a chakshu darshan, non-ocular perception. It is found in the one sense, etc., beings as per their capacities. Now, on getting association of objects of clairvoyance, the perception that occurs in the form of appearance of mere existence just before the occurrence of clairvoyance knowledge is called avidhi darshan, clairvoyance perception. This is found in them who possess avidhi gyan, the clairvoyance knowledge. These chakshu, achakshu, avidhi darshans are known to be dependent similar to mati gyan and avdi gyan and keval darshan. Omniperception is itself the form of liberation. Its existence is not found here. Thus is found the existence, functioning of darshan, perception attribute.
Okay. So now my first question is, Darshit ji, it is written here that in the second line, in the first line itself, now on getting association of objects of touch, etc. So what will come under etc.?
Touch, all the five senses.
Yes, very good. With sense of mind, the
Yeah.
perception that occurs in the form of appearance of mere existence. There is something, but you cannot identify. If you can identify it, then it becomes a knowledge. So before knowledge, the perception is there. It is like mere existence of something in the first moment, just before the occurrence of sensory knowledge. Okay. So before sensory knowledge, the perception appears. Okay. Is called chakshu darshan and achakshu darshan. So there are two divisions, chakshu and achakshu. So chakshu means eyes, achakshu means apart from eyes, other senses. Okay. So under the chakshu darshan, the perception that occurs through the eye sense is known as chakshu darshan or ocular perception. Again, it's a spelling mistake. It will be ocular perception. An extra L has come in between C and U, okay, that you can cancel it out. It is found in the four sense and five sense being only. Why it is found in the four sense and five sense being? Can anybody justify?
Because of eyesight, it's only available in the four sense and five sense beings.
Yes, yes, very good. So if somebody has one sense, then which one it will be? Touch. Somebody has two sense, okay? Then it will be touch and taste, okay? Touch and tongue. Then somebody has three, then touch, you see the sequence on my face, you can see the screen, on screen you can see. So it is touch, then taste, then nose, then ears, no, not ears, eyes, then ears. This is the sequence, okay? So always remember the sequence. First is touch, then it is taste or tongue, then it is nose or smell, then it is eyes or vision, and the last one is ear. Okay. So this is the sequence that we follow. Okay. Okay. So the perception that occurs through eye sense is known as chakshu darshan, and it is found in four sense and five sense being because only they are having eyes, you know. And the perception that occurs through the touch, apart from eyes, other four, touch, tongue, nose, ears, these four senses and mind also included, okay, is called a chakshu darshan, non-ocular perception. It is found in the one sensed, etc., beings as per their capacity. So one sense, etc. would be what? Etc. What will come?
One sense, two senses, and three senses.
And four senses and five senses. All.
All
And
of
with
them.
mind also. Five senses
Wow.
with mind also, and five senses without mind also. So you were crying, Aditi ji, now? Okay. So
That is why. No.
uh,
There's something in the eye not crying at
okay.
It got late.
No problem.
Hmm.
So now you know ocular and non-ocular. Okay. Ocular is something, the perception that we do through eyes is called ocular, and the perception that we do through other four. Other four means touch, tongue, nose, ears, and mind is called non-ocular perception. Okay. I'll make you a co-host because Priyanka ji is sharing the screen, but she is having some problem. 1 minute.
Alright, ready.
So now you can withdraw the Priyanka ji. You can withdraw the sharing of screen, and Aditi ji will share.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Now on getting the association of objects of clairvoyance, so Avdigyan also similar trend follows, that first there will be clairvoyance perception, and then the clairvoyance knowledge will follow. Okay. So that is something happening before clairvoyance knowledge is called clairvoyance perception. This is of course found on those only who possesses Avdigyan or the clairvoyance knowledge. Okay. So these chakshu, achakshu, avdi darshans are to be known dependent similar to matigyan and avdigyan. So just we read earlier how the sensory knowledge and the scriptural knowledge, we are dependent on that, So that scriptural knowledge and sensory knowledge are dependent on five senses and the mind. Similarly, this chakshu darshan, achakshu darshan, avdi darshan, all these three types of manifestations are also dependent similar to that sensory and scriptural knowledge. And the last one, Keval Darshan, omni-perception, is itself the form of liberation. Okay. Its existence is not found here. Why it is not found here, Darshit-ji?
When somebody has Keval Gnan, then they wouldn't have any of the five senses with them.
No, five senses would be there, supposing Aryant Avastha. So its body is still there. At the 13th stage, it's there. But the exact logic is Keval Darshan is itself the form of liberation. Its existence is not found here. So the discussion here is going on about the jivs which are in mundane existence. Okay. Not those who have manifested complete knowledge. Okay. So this is the difference. Thus is found the existence functioning of darshan perception attribute, darshan attribute. So we have done knowledge and we have done perception. Now, how do they function? These were the divisions of knowledge and perception. Now we will discuss their functions. Okay. So this heading, functioning of knowledge and perception, is not there in the Hindi one. Okay. And on page 45, the heading is not given, which should be given. So I'll just do the correction. Come back to page 45. Huh. 45. This is 45. Yeah. So after this karmic bondage, after that line, now the states of jiva caused by instrumentality of disease of karmic bondage are being described. So here is a heading here. You can write down jiva's condition due to the rise of knowledge dash perception obscuring karma. Jiva's condition due to the rise of knowledge dash perception obscuring karma or Jnanavaran Darshanavaran karma. Okay. In Hindi we call Jnanavaran Darshanavaran karma. In English we call knowledge obscuring karma and perception obscuring karma. Okay. So how the jiva behaves when there is a rise of knowledge obscuring karma and perception obscuring karma, that is being discussed now. Okay. So you put this heading here and cut this heading, which is because we are already discussing this, and now in between, what is the point in giving the heading? So there is a mistake here in the English version, but in Hindi version it is given correctly. So I always study first the Hindi version and then the English version, because some of the things I also don't get directly from the English. So for that clarity, I need to study the Hindi one also before going to the English version. So that's why I can make out if there is any mistakes, you know. Now there is something else also coming up that also I will point out when it is there. So now in this way, from there we have to read and I think we can cover up the whole one so that I can discuss in short, you know. So now, Darshit ji, you read. In this way.
Okay. So is this heading, sorry, I'm going to ask a question. Functioning of knowledge and perception, are we changing that heading as well?
This heading has to be omitted. Because
This
we are
heading has to be-
already discussing about knowledge and perception only. And this heading was supposed to come here, which I on page 45, you know.
45.
Jiva's
Okay,
condition due to the rise of Jnanavaran, Darshanavaran, knowledge obscuring, perception obscuring. Okay.
Okay.
Now, this is in that part only.
Okay. In this way, the existence or manifestation of Gnan and Darshan is found according to the Shayop-Shama destruction cum subsidence.
So Sayopsham means like there is a knowledge obscuring karma, okay? But still we have some knowledge which is not covered by knowledge obscuring karma. That is the open part of the knowledge attribute, okay? So knowledge attribute, some part is open and some is covered. So the part which is open is called Shayopsham, okay? The part through which we can know is called Shayopsham. Okay. In Gujarati, we call it as Ugad. You know. So itna ugad hai, baki sab dhaka hua hai. Okay. So the one that is open, that is Shayopsham. And the one that is covered is the knowledge obscuring karma. Because of knowledge obscuring karma, most of the part of the knowledge is covered. So we have just a small opening that is called Shayopsham. And this small opening is there with every soul. Even Nigodya Jiv, one sensed being, okay? The one which stays in potato, then onion and all, okay? There also, it is such a tiny life, because every second, within 1 second, he takes birth and he dies 18 times. So you can imagine how fast he is taking birth and death, birth and death, birth and death. In 1 second, it is 18 times. Okay. So very tiny life. Okay. Still, in that life also, there is some part of knowledge open. Okay. Because if that is also closed, then the जीव will become ajeev. Chetan jad ho jayega. Okay. It is because of that active consciousness, he is alive. He is still a jeev. Okay. So even one sense being has also some opening, and that opening is called sayopsham. Okay. And through that sayopsham knowledge only, we are knowing all this now. So we also have some covering through knowledge obscuring karma, and we have something which is open now, and that is called sayopsham gyan. Okay. Sayopsham means destruction comes subsidence. Okay. Destruction, it is given the bracket, destruction comes subsidence. So sayopsham is a state of karma where there are three things happening simultaneously. Some part is open up, some part is covered, and some part is destroyed. Uday, upsham. Upsham means compressed, okay, subsidized, subsidence. And there is some part which is not there. So there is some destruction, there is some subsidence, and there is some open part. All these three put together is the condition called sayopsham. Destruction comes subsidence. Again, start from the beginning.
Sure. In this way, the existence or manifestation of Gnan and Darshan is found according to the Shayopsham, destruction comes subsidence, of Gnana Varna, knowledge obscuring, and Darshan Varna, perception obscuring karmas. When this Shayopsham is less, the power of Gnan and Darshan is also less. And when it is more, the power of Gnana and Darshan is also more. Further, due to Shayopsham, the power of knowing and perceiving remains as such, but in the process of utilization, only one object is known or seen in one unit of time, samay, by a jeev. The name of this activity is upyog, active consciousness. There, in one samay, in one unit of time, only one upyog, either Gnan upyog or Darshan upyog, is found in action to a jeev. And even in one upyog, only one of its kind is found functioning. For example, when Mati Gnan is functioning, the other kinds of Gnans are not found functioning. Even in its one kind, only one object is visualized. For instance, when it knows touch, then it does not know taste, etc. Moreover, in one object, also it is found engaged in any one part of it only. For instance, when it knows about hot touch, then it does not know about roughness, etc. Do you want me to carry on? Sorry, Rajeshji, you've muted yourself.
So we are discussing the limitations of the knowledge and perception that we have right now. Okay. So our now knowledge, we have knowledge of sensory knowledge and scriptural knowledge, Mati Gyan and Shrut Gyan. We don't have clairvoyance, we don't have telepathy, and we don't have omniscience. Okay. Out of 5 knowledge, we have only now Mati Gyan and Shrut Gyan, sensory knowledge and scriptural knowledge. Now, this sensory knowledge, it depends on the 5 senses. So at one point of time, I can have either Mati Gyan or Shrut Gyan, not both together. Okay. That is again a limitation. So at one moment, our active consciousness, upyog, can involve in one of the subjects. You know, I'll give you one practical example. There are very strict rules that while you are driving, you are not supposed to talk on phone. Do you have that rule in Nairobi?
We do, yes.
Yeah, in India, it's also very compulsory now, because most of the accidents happen because he's talking on the phone and he is driving the car and it's going at a speed, so in a fraction of a second, some things happen and he's not able to handle it. Why? Because when he's talking on phone, at one time the active consciousness is involved in one object only. So when he is seeing, he is not hearing, and when it is hearing, he is not seeing. So that's why the accident happens, because his now active consciousness is involved in hearing. There is something interesting talk going on, So now he will miss out that eyes are open, but he cannot see through that eyes. And that happens so fast that we feel that we are doing simultaneously everything. We are doing multitasking. But actually multitasking doesn't happen. At one moment, you are involved in one task only. Multitask never happens. But the switching happens so fast that we feel we are doing multitasking. And you must have seen that if you are doing those, mostly the ladies do multitasking while they are kitchen. So there is something on the gas, then there is something over there on the oven, and then there is something over there on the, what it is called, induction, and then there is something she is doing on the, she's washing also something simultaneously, So many a times you have seen that the milk overflows and, because she's there only, but the upyog has gone now into something else. So even the milk is there, she is there, but she cannot control that overflow, So this is very common. Everyone must have experienced. Even in our office, you are doing 4 or 5 things at a time. Then of course you do mistakes in one part or the other. Definitely. Because your active consciousness can involve in one samay or one moment, it can involve in one object only. But the switching happens so fast, the transformation happens so fast that we feel we are doing simultaneously everything. We are driving the car also, we are talking on phone also, then we are changing the gears and accelerators and everything going on simultaneously and smoothly. But it is not that way. Todormal has given one example ahead about a crow. In crow, there is only one pupil. Eyes are 2, but pupil is 1. And that pupil rotates so fast that once it is on the left eye, then it moves to right eye, then again in left eye, so fast that we feel that crow has 2 eyes, but it has only one pupil. If he sees through left eye, he cannot see it through right eye. Similarly is our active consciousness. It can indulge in one sense at a time. And in that one sense also, the limitation is further. Now, take the Todormal has given the example of Mati Gyan. For example, when Mati Gyan is functioning, the other kind of Gyans like Shrud Gyan, Audi Gyan, Mana Paryay Gyan, and Keval Gyan is not there, are not found functioning. Even in its one kind only, one object is visualized. For instance, when it knows touch, then it does not know taste. Okay. So when you are focused on touch, you don't know what is the taste. Okay. Moreover, in one object also, again further divisions and limitations. Even in one object also, it is found engaged in any one part of it only. For instance, when it knows about hot touch, then it does not know about roughness or coldness. So one moment, one only. So these are the limitations of our knowledge that we have right now. And we still take pride in our knowledge, that I am so intelligent and I can do these and that, but our knowledge is very limited. Most of our knowledge is covered by knowledge obscuring karma. And we should how do we get rid of these karmas? By first identifying ourselves, okay, and then focusing on the soul itself, okay. First you identify your soul and then you concentrate on it, you focus on it, you meditate on it, okay, then automatically these karmas will go away. So gradually your knowledge will increase, and a time will come that from present what we have is sensory knowledge and scriptural knowledge, and then uh, a monk can have, a human monk can have uh, clairvoyance knowledge also, but not all the monks. Some monks do have clairvoyance knowledge, and then some monks have telepathy. Okay, mana paryay gyan. Okay, you can make out what the other person is thinking. That is telepathy. So only the Sant, only the Bhavlingi Muniraj, okay, the monks who have destroyed 3 levels of passions, they can only have mana paryay gyan. We cannot have mana paryay. We cannot go beyond mati shrut, sensory and scripture. That is our limitation. So now, with this limited knowledge that we have, if we are able to put that knowledge into work in understanding this soul science, then we will be manifesting right belief, right knowledge, right perception. Our path of liberation will begin, and within a few lives, we will get liberated. This is so easy. And if you don't put your knowledge here and put it into share market and other things, there are so many things nowadays. There is so much distractions going on. There is the internet, and there is WhatsApp, and there is Instagram, and there is what else? What else is there? Some other social medias are there, and people indulge in so many things and likes and dislikes. I don't know. I am not into anywhere. Even this WhatsApp is also a cause of hindrance to me. I always think in my mind that I should I should do digital fasting. So that is what I am planning. But because of some 3 groups are going on, so I have to post something or the other in one group or the other group. Then somebody is sharing those Gandhar Mulyankans, simultaneously, all the 3 batches. So I do have some activities over there in WhatsApp, but I know from bottom of my heart, I know that this is best avoidable. The moment you get rid of this mobile phone, there is a certain level of calmness that comes within you. Because of this mobile phone, our anxiety is more. Our active consciousness, upyog, goes from one place to another place. It keeps on changing. And because of that activity, we are binding new karmas, okay, in huge quantity. And the best is to avoid this mobile phone, okay. But right now, I'm not able to completely leave it, but I have a plan to minimize it, minimize the use of it, and that's the challenge that I've taken for myself, this New Year resolution. And to some extent, I'm still successful, but not the not the level that I would have dreamed, that I've thought of. So there is a still long way to go, but once it has come into my mind, sooner or later I will get to it. That is for sure. It may take some time because of my past karmas, antrai karmas coming in between, but I will get over that. That is for sure. But this is a fact,
So, but
So,
it cannot be used as a source of gyan.
so that is still
Yes.
okay. That is still okay. But we have to limit our time, that I will use it for half an hour, 1 hour a day, like that. Not
That is all, sir. अपने मन की बात है ना. अगर रोज कोई मंदिर जाते हैं, लेकिन मंदिर के पहले
Oh,
कोई
I'll tell you.
distraction आता है,
There are so many groups that I'm involved in,
Hmm.
and those are all religious group. Okay, so I'm not involved in any business group or something like
Right.
that. But still, there is a distraction. So we have already something to study already, and now because of that, one question will come from there, and then you start thinking on those lines, and then there is some lecture of some Vidwan, So everywhere the headings are so good, no? You still get attracted to go and listen to it. But I've always been like I've listened to these lectures many a times, but at the end of the lecture, I feel that I could have done my personal swadhyaya instead of this, So that is the feeling that I get, because in 1 hour, he will tell you such things that you can study yourself and get it in 5 minutes. 5 minutes of study and 1 hour of listening. So in the initial stage, it is okay. But after a certain level, like when you are a graduate, Paramagam honors graduate, then I do recommend that now you study on your own. You don't listen to anybody. I don't listen to anybody nowadays. I just study on my own. But
Revision
that
of what we
research,
have learned.
for that research, if I need some knowledge, then I do connect to some Vidwan and see what are his views on this topic. I also read Gurudev's Pravachan that I'm very fond of. While reading, you can stop somewhere and think. But while listening, you don't stop. The knowledge goes on changing. And it's very difficult to, concentrate on a particular thing while you are listening because the object keeps on changing. So you have to go along with the lecturer. Okay. And that is my problem right now. So I don't listen anybody. I do read. I read Swamiji's Pravachan. I read some Vidwan's notes. And in exceptional cases where I want to listen something on a particular topic, then I do switch on and get that part, clarity on that part. That's all. Otherwise, I read. I enjoy very much on reading. I don't know. I enjoy very much on reading because there you can stop and think. And you can still contribute your own thoughts also in that, and that gives you a good level of satisfaction. Listening to others lecture means ready-made swadhyay. Okay. So we have food that you cook yourself and then eat. And then we have ready-made food. We can call through Swiggy, Zomato and whatnot. There are so many now, So I see in my society, mostly people, they don't cook on Saturday and Sunday. On weekends, they do eat out, That is for sure. And on other days also, they will always order something from Swiggy. One dish from Swiggy, and then he or she will cook something at home, that way. So people are now, then there are some other things available ready-made like bread and something or the other. Nowadays, even the flours are also available ready-made, You order what, so we eat everything cooked at home only. I never eat outside food, So now the summer is coming, so we will wash the wheat, the whole wheat. We wash it 3 times and then we put it on terrace for 2 days. Then it dries up and that wheat remains for 12 months. So we buy all the 12 months wheat at one time. Okay. Similarly, all the masalas are like that. We buy it at one time and we wash it for 3 times through water and then put it on the terrace. And this has been, I am doing it since 2000, from the year 2000. So it is almost 23 years now. So this is we are quite comfortable with that. And that has put in so much of limitations that we don't go out often, because when we go out, we have to carry our food. We don't go to any functions like marriage functions or happy birthday or any enjoyable functions. We don't go. We have stopped, me and my wife, So my son was getting married. So I said, we don't go to marriages. Even I have not gone to my sister's daughter's marriage, So then my son said that I will not get married. If you're not coming to my marriage, then I'll not get married. So then my wife said, okay, let's do it for one time. So it is like that, you know. So like some of the things I get very easily controlled, and some of the things, as I mentioned about the WhatsApp thing, you know, it's all religious things only, but still I don't want to get involved in that. That is my inner feeling, you know. But when I am able to put it in practice, it's again a question for me also, but I am definitely after it. This January, I have made that resolution that, and I really enjoy it. When I'm not with mobile phone, I really enjoy it.
Very inspiring.
Yeah, you just observe it, your habits. We have to find a way out for ourselves. You know, nobody would tell us that you do and that, these and that, because it's our life and we have to take charge of our life. So we have something that causes hindrances to us, and we have to take care of that. So, so even in one sense, one object only at a time, and in that also, when you are involved in touch sense, you are not knowing the test sense. And when you are involved in, even in one sense also, like when you are knowing the hot touch, you don't have knowledge about roughness or the cold touch. So these are the limitations of what? Our knowledge. Our sensory knowledge and our scriptural knowledge. Thus, in one moment of time, in one samay, a jiva knows only one knowledge or perceivable object. Either knowledge or perception. दो में से कोई भी एक होगा. Okay. And again, in knowledge, there are two types: sensory or scriptural. So if it is sensory, then it won't be scriptural. And if it is scriptural, it won't be sensory. But things move so fast that we don't know when we move to scriptural from the sensory and when we again come back to sensory. This we cannot track. This transformation we cannot track, you know. We have to understand it through through these books only, religious books only. So continue, Darshitji, your readings.
Okay. Thus, in one moment of time, in one samay, a jeev knows only one knowledge or perceivable object through active knowledge or perception, and it appears to be so only. When upyog is busy in hearing, then even the object situated very near to the eyes is not seen. In the same way, other tendency is found. Moreover, rambling of upyog is very fast. Due to this, in some particular moment, it appears that knowing and seeing of many objects takes place simultaneously. But it does not happen simultaneously, rather happens serially. Due to instinctive force, the instrumentality of knowing and seeing continues. For example, there are two sockets in the crowd's eye, but the pupil is only one. It moves very swiftly, owing to which it serves the purpose of both the sockets. Similarly, for this chief, there are several doors, but upyog is one. It moves very swiftly, due to which the instrumentality of knowing through all doors remains existing. Carry on.
Yeah, question.
Question. Since in one moment
So
of
you
time,
understood that example of crow, no? So sockets
yes,
are two and pupil is one, but it moves so fast that we feel that crow is seeing through both the eyes, you know. You got that example, no? I already explained.
yes,
Everyone is clear, no? So the moment you are not clear of anything, just ask it. Moksmarg Prakashak ji is simple, but the language is a bit difficult. So since I read Hindi first, so I'm able to make out, but otherwise it's difficult to make out. So those who knows Hindi or Gujarati, they should read the Hindi and Gujarati version also later on, maybe in your homework, okay? To get the actual meaning of what it is being said. Yeah.
question. Since in one moment of time only one object is known or seen, then it should be asserted that the Shayopsham is only so much. Why is it stated to be more? It is further stated that owing to the Shayopsham, such power is found existing, but the power of omniscience and omniperception is also found in the soul. Answer. As a person has power of going to many villages, but someone stops him and tells, visit 5 villages, but visit only 1 village in 1 day. Now this person possesses the power of visiting several villages from substance, inherent potentiality, point of view. However, that power may get manifested at some other time, but it is not found manifested in the present time because he cannot visit more than 5 villages at present. And also the power of going to 5 villages exists in him at present from the manifestation power point of view, because he can go to these 5 villages, but the instantaneous manifestation of that power is of visiting only 1 village in 1 day. Carry on.
Yeah. Next paragraph.
Similarly, this Jiv has the power of knowing and seeing all the substances, but the karmas obstructed it. And only so much Shayopsham resulted, manifested, that the objects of touch, sense, etc. only can be known or seen, but only one object in one samay, moment of time, can be known or perceived. The Jiv has a power of knowing and seeing all objects from substance, inherent potentiality, point of view, which may get manifested at some other time, but does not exist manifested at present because he cannot know or see the objects more than the objects of one's own manifested capability of knowing and seeing. And also the power of knowing and seeing the objects as per his capability in the present manifestation form exists from the modification point of view, because he can know and see those objects, but the instantaneous manifested capacity is found of knowing or seeing only one object in one samay unit of time.
So you understood the question that if he knows something only, then why you are saying that, why you don't say that Shayopsham is so much? The opening part of the knowledge is so much. So the potential is what? All the souls have the potential to manifest omniscience knowledge. We have that potential. But right now, our knowledge is limited because of the karmas. Okay, because of the knowledge obscuring karma and perception obscuring karma, we are able to see only a part. But the potential is full. So someday, this potential will come alive, and that is the stage where you will manifest omniscience knowledge. So that potential is there, but now we have this limitation of sensory knowledge and scriptural knowledge. And in sensory knowledge also, out of 5 senses, you can see 1 sense at a time. And in 1 sense also, you can see 1 modification only. And in 1 modification also, there is a further limitation with, if you are experiencing a hot touch, you cannot simultaneously experience a cold touch. Because one moment there is only 1 object that you can see or know. Okay. So these are the limitations. So power is complete, but the limitations is because of this karmas. Okay. So whatever the present capacity is there, that much you will be able to know. The balance will remain covered only. And that is across all the human living beings, out of from 1 sense, the 2 sense has more knowledge. From 2 sense, the 3 sense Jeev has more knowledge. 4th has more knowledge. 5th has more knowledge. And 5th with mind has the highest level of knowledge. And among the 4 state of existence, human beings has the most, I can say, most level of knowledge. And it is the human being who can direct this knowledge in the right direction and get liberated. Okay. All the other three state of existence, the subhuman, the hellish being, and the heavenly being, they cannot attain salvation. Their knowledge is limited to certain limits only. Like the celestial beings cannot go beyond fourth stage of spiritual development. The hellish being cannot go beyond fourth stage of spiritual development. The subhuman can go up to fifth stage, but not beyond fifth stage. But the human, right now, they can go up to seventh stage, sixth and seventh stage. The monks, still we have monks, and still we will be having monks till the end of this fifth era, which is 21,000 years. Only 2,500 years has passed. So for another 18,500 years, the religion will exist, the monks will exist, the householder will exist, the Chaturvid Sangh. So it is the monks and the she monks or the Arjika, okay? And then there is a Sravak and Sravika. These four constitute Chaturvid Sangh, and this will remain till the end of fifth era. And when this fifth era will come to end, 3 days prior to that, they will come to know that we are all going to end our life in another 3 days. So they do fasting for 3 days. Only 4 people. 1 monk, 1 Arjika, 1 Sravak, and 1 Sravika. Only 4 people will left on this earth. And then they will also die, and the fifth era will come to an end, and there will be no religion here in the sixth era. Again, the cycle will go reverse. First, sixth era will again come. No religion. Then the fifth era will come. No religion. Then fourth era, from fourth era, the religion will start. Okay. So we have been so lucky that we are here in the fifth era, and we are going through such a bad phase of time, but still we have got access to this kind of knowledge where, we can manifest happiness in all situations. That is what we can do right now. And we can still further go up in the spiritual stages of development. If you are a male, you can still go up to the 7th stage. And if you are a female, you can go up to 5th stage. So right belief comes into what stage? 4th. Yeah, good. 4th. So from 4th, the path of liberation begins. Okay. And you can still, if you are a female, you can still achieve 5th stage. And if you are a male, you can go up to 7th stage. Okay. But beyond 7th stage, we cannot go right now. Okay. So these are some of the limitations of the time that we are in right now. Okay. So we were looking at the limitations of the knowledge attribute. So potential is full. Potential is to know each and every object simultaneously in one moment. This is the potential. But the limitations are that the Shayopsham Gyan, destruction come subsidence. Okay. So that much is open part, and through that we can know things. Now the next question. There is one more question coming up. Darshitji.
Okay. This is understood, but the Shayopsham of karmas is found or manifested, and on their being contrary instrumental cause of existence, etc., knowing and seeing the objects does not materialize. How can the instrumentality, nimit, of karma alone be established? Answer. As in the above example, the man obstructing the going person says, out of 5 villages, go to 1 village in 1 day, but go along with these servants. There, if those servants act contrarily, then going may not be possible, or may be possible to some extent or in the opposite direction. Similarly, Shayopsham of karmas is of such type that out of so many objects, only one object can be known or seen in one samay, but that too on being the nimit, presence of so many external objects. There, if those external objects modify contrarily, then knowing and seeing may not be possible or may be possible to some extent or otherwise. All this is the peculiarity of karma's shayopsham only. Hence, the limit of karmas only is to be known. For example, someone is not able to see due to the obstruction by the atoms of darkness, but the owl, cat, etc. are able to see even in the presence of obstruction created by them. All this is the peculiarity of shayopsham only. Thus, knowing and seeing materializes in accordance with the degrees of shayopsham only. In this way is found the functioning of shayopsham, gnan, knowledge to this chief. The clairvoyance and telepathy, knowledge found in the path of liberation, are also the types of shayopsham gnan only. Hence, similarly, these also know and see only one object in one samay, moment, and are dependent on other objects. And whatever are their details, specialities should be known in detail. Thus, owing to the instrumentality of the rise of Nanavarna and Darshanavarna karmas, most of the degrees of Nan and Darshan are non-existent, and owing to their Shayopsham, a few degrees of Nan and Darshan are found existing.
So you see, owing to the Shayopsham, Shayopsham means the part which is not covered by the karmas. Okay. So that is the open part, and through that part we are knowing the things. So it is not because of the karma that we are not able to see. It is our own individual capacity at that point of time. It is the momentarily ability of the knowledge modification that we have. So that modification of knowledge has that limitation that that particular modification can know up to that extent only. Like we have seen that the example given here, that somebody cannot see in the darkness, but owl and cat can see in the darkness also. So why we cannot see in the darkness? Because it is our momentary capacity of our knowledge. That is called Shayopsham Gyan. Okay. So that is the part, open part that is we are having with, right? And through that part we are knowing all the objects. So that is the peculiarity of Shayopsham knowledge only. Thus, knowing and seeing materializes in accordance with the degrees of Shayopsham only. Okay. And that keeps on changing every moment. Sometimes we are able to see more, sometimes the capacity diminishes. So there are a lot of, our knowledge is dependent on a lot of external factors also. Okay. The clairvoyance and telepathy knowledge found in the path of liberation. Okay. So those who are into the path of liberation, they only have this clairvoyance and telepathy knowledge among the human beings. Okay. Are also the types of Shayopsham Gyan only. So they are also part of that opening part, opening part of our knowledge. So this clairvoyance and Shayopsham Gyan, who are mostly the monks do have it. And that also not all the monks, but few of the monks have it. And those monks are into the path of liberation. Okay. Hence, similarly, these also know and see only one object in one samay and are dependent on other objects. And whatever are their details, specialities should be known in detail. Okay. So different people have different level of capacities to know. Okay. Somebody could see for a long distance. If his eyes is very good, he can see through a long distance that this bus number is coming. But somebody whose eyes is not that strong and he is not wearing that spec, so he cannot see. So there are a lot of external objects which acts as an instrumental cause, So all these karmas are instrumental cause. And in actual, it is the momentary ability of the knowledge, of the sensory knowledge that we would consider. Thus, owing to the instrumentality of the rise of Jnanavaran and Darshanavaran karma, knowledge obscuring karma and perception obscuring karmas, most of the degrees of Jnana and Darshan are non-existent. And owing to their Sayapsham, a few degrees are found existing. So we have very limited access to knowledge, Very limited part is open. Other parts are all covered by this Jnanavaran and Darshanavaran. Okay. Now, whatever is we are having right now, whatever the part that is opened up and that knowledge that we are having, that is sufficient for us to manifest right belief, right knowledge, and right conduct. That is sufficient for that. So our path of liberation is not closed, or it is not anything is coming into our way. The part that is opened up, we can use that part and we can still manifest right knowledge, right belief, and right conduct. So the path of liberation is still open for us. Now it is our own choice and the ability how we can make a good choice,
Sorry,
Now,
sir.
huh,
This last paragraph,
okay.
could you explain it a bit more? Because I'm a bit lost.
Thus, owing to the instrumentality, that one?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Thus, owing to the instrumentality of the rise of Jnanavaran, Darshanavaran karma. So, karmas are instrumentality cause, okay? They are directly not doing anything, any harm to us. But because of the instrumentality of this, most of the degrees of Jnana and Darshan are non-existent. Most of the degrees means most of the quantity, the total potential that we have out of, see, example, we have a potential of 100 degree, okay? Out of which 90 degrees are covered by karmas. Only 10 degrees open. I'm giving an example. There is no clear-cut ratio given, but you can see the words most of the degrees. Now, most could be 70, 80, 60, 90, 95, like that, Most of the degrees of Jnana and Darshan are non-existent. They are not manifesting, okay? And owing to their Sayapsham. Sayapsham is the part which is open, the degree which is open. A few degrees, it could be 10, 20, 30, most 30, nothing more than that. A few degrees of Jnana and Darshan are found existing, okay? And through that, we are doing our daily functions, okay, day-to-day functions, because of this knowledge only. So some part is open up, some part is covered by karmas. But the part which is opened up, that is still sufficient for us to manifest the three jewels: right belief, right knowledge, and right conduct. Okay. So there was one child of 6-7 years, and he was not going to school. So somebody asked me, why are you not going to school? He said, what is the use in going to school? There is no college here right now. So then that said, you go to school, by the time you reach class 10, college will open up. But why you are missing out what is possible at this stage? Similarly, the Shayopsham that we have, the open part of knowledge that we have, that is still sufficient for us to manifest these three jewels. Okay. And by manifesting that three jewels, we can get into the path of liberation, and we can still further go up to 7th stage in case of male and up to 5th stage in case of female. So the path of liberation is not closed for us right now. But those jivas who will come into the sixth era, they will not get any chance to manifest the right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct. The maximum age at that point of time will be 20 years, Darshitji. Maximum age for a human life would be 20 years. And one human will eat up another human. That is going to happen. When? In the sixth era, not in the fifth era, sixth era. And these all predictions are earlier made by one is the Sola Sapna that we have in Panchkanak. There also some indications are given. And one there was, I think, Chandragupta Maurya or some, he also had this kind of dreams, and in that dreams, he came to know about such facts that end of fifth era, these things will happen, and all the predictions has come true so far. I will share the predictions if I get access to that. I will definitely share. So you'll have an idea of what is going to happen after the fifth era and what privileges we are having right now. What are the advantages that we have right now? Okay. So we make best use of what we have right now. Now we move on to the third karma. Jiva's state due to rise of monia karma. Okay. Due to rise of monia karma, the perverse belief, mithyatva, delusion, okay, and passional disposition, kashai bhav, passions, okay. Passional disposition are caused to this jiva. So monia karma has two divisions. One is darshan monia, other is charitra monia. Darshan monia is faith deluding karma. And charitra monia is conduct deluding karma. Two divisions, okay? So both the divisions has different functions. So we'll discuss one by one. First, we will discuss faith deluding karma, and then we will discuss conduct deluding karma. Okay. So first, let's read. We still have, I think time is over now. So we'll continue tomorrow. Okay. Today, we had a lot of other discussion also. So we'll continue from here tomorrow. And then, of course, we have on Wednesday also. So in 3 days, we will be completing this 8 karmas. Out of 8 karmas, how many we have completed? 2. Okay. Effect of Jeev when there is a rise of Jnanavaran karma, Dashnavaran karma that we have completed. Now monia will start from tomorrow, and then we'll go up to 8 karmas. And each karma, what function it plays, what effect it has on the soul, and how the soul behaves when there is a rise of those karmas, all this will be discussed here. Okay. So you can, if you have time, you can just read few pages and come, then you will have at least a better chance of understanding this. And if you have any questions also, you can ask it. Okay. So this is all. Now I have received Gandhar Mulyankan out of 14 students that we have. I've received around 5. So still 9 are left. So I would request every one of you to complete it as fast as possible and post it in the group so everyone can listen. Everyone can have a revision of that topic. And the one which are not covered yet, they have to wait. So by the time within next 2 days, we will be covering it. So within next 1 week, you do post the Gandhar Mulyankan. And Wednesday also, I will give you what you have to write in concept clarity paper 1. Okay. So that also I will give. And from next week, we will start the Chaydala. Okay. Chaydala is the whole book. There are 6 chapters and all the 6 chapters are there in the syllabus. So it is also going to be a bit long, but anyway, we will manage by taking some extra class if the need be. Otherwise, we will see. Okay. But that is we are going to do in the last paper, not now. Now we'll be doing routine classes only. Okay. So no problem. Okay. So we'll close today. We'll close for today. Any questions if you have, you can
Sir,
still.
sir, you
Yeah.
said Chedala is left,
Ah.
and besides that, also we have many self-study books, no?
I don't think you have anything with Moksh Mark Prakashak. Let's see.
No, not Moksha Prakashak, but I'll also check.
So I think with Chedara also you will not have, but third paper you may have. I'll share the syllabus in some
Yeah.
time, okay? So you
Correct.
can just see it if it is there, anything.
Okay.
If it is there also, I will help you out in the self-study books also, okay? I do that every year. I don't leave it for your self-study, but I do give a brief introduction or a brief summary of what is going to come in that.
Okay.
Okay.
Also, some of these books are not available in English. Even Chedala, if you can share the English book, that will be nice, sir.
Yeah, PDF I can share.
Yeah,
So
please share the English book so that I can make it into smaller
we have
chapters.
PDF of all the books of the first year, of the second year, and even third year. Some of the books are still there and some are being translated. So by the time we reach there, we will all have translations. Okay?
Yes,
So
sir.
don't worry. And by that time, I'm still able to translate from Hindi to English right now also. So if nothing works, then I will do the direct translation from the Hindi. But there is a team who is working on the translation and they are doing very good job. And I think it will be covered because we have somebody ahead of us who wants these books. So she is pushing for those books, and the whole translation department is working on that line only. Okay, so by the time we reach, we will have access to those books. So I'll share the PDF of Chedala, and that PDF only we are going to follow in the class. That translation is done by Kirit Bhai Gosalia from USA. And he had done this translation maybe 20 years ago. So still there are scope for improvement, but as of now, what we have that we will share. And now you are also enough knowledgeable to make your own choice of words, which you feel which is the best choice, Okay.
Sir, we have Ram Kahani,
Yeah, that English is available.
Dravya Sangraha, and Bara Bhavna.
Bara Bhavna and Bara Bhavna is itself a complete paper, half paper, 45 marks. And what else is there with Bara Bhavna?
So I am actually not seeing the syllabus. I am seeing the books.
Okay,
Though it is not available in English. In semester 3, the books they have provided are Bara Bhavna.
Bara Bhavna is available in English PDF.
But it's not there on the drive that they have shared before.
That I will share.
So Bara Bhavna, Ram Kahani.
It's also ready. Ram Kahani.
Chedala, Moksha Prakashak, and Dravya.
Everything is ready.
So we'll need these books, and so much more syllabus is also there. So I think with Moksha Prakashak, maybe one of the papers would be there. Ram Kahani or Bara Bhavna Dravya Sangram.
And that I will see. No problem. So Dravya Sangra, anyway, I will teach you. And Ram Kahani is a story only. So that English translation is still available. But I will highlight few of the events which are very important in that story. Okay. That also we will do. And what else you said? Bara Bhavna. Bara Bhavna is again self-study, but that also I am going to teach.
Right. Dravya Sangraha.
So Dravya Sangra also I am going to teach. All I am going to teach. Don't worry. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. निज निधि निज में बताई यह अनंत उपकार है इसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना 7 बार है इसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना 7 बार है।